A question from Zohaib from Illinois. In your experience, what works better, in-house IT department or outsourcing to MSPs? I've spent the last 20 plus years of my career crusading for IT outsourcing. I'm incredibly biased, like seriously biased, income dependent bias. Now that I've acknowledged that, let's replay something that Joel Beasley, host of The Modern CTO, said in an interview with me.
So mostly SaaS type software companies where the CTO is, making sure that the product team is correct and it's headed in the right direction and things like that. At a 10 office real estate company, maybe, but I just find it weird. Like, there's definitely the position of the market or the portion of the market that are interim CTOs. So you see those a lot when VC companies maybe come in and the CTO left and they need an interim CTO, or somebody's going through some scaling or transition of a team and you'll need an interim CTO. There's several reasons why you would need an interim CTO. And that's a whole market of these freelancer CTOs that'll typically pick up like 3 to 5 gigs at once, and they're fractional and they help that company through whatever experience they're having. And then there's the full-time CTOs, which are most often focused on building product for a company or solving, and it can be external product or internal product. So they could be solving problems for the company with the team, like just internal problems as well. So in my world, that's what it is. So when I heard in the prep for the show, when I heard that like their MSPs are actively marketing as like replacements for CTOs, my first thought was that's crazy. My second thought was there's clearly a part of the market that I don't understand. But it makes sense. Like I could see how you could market that to like real estate or professional services, because the lawyer with 3 offices isn't going to have a CTO, and he doesn't really have a need for a CTO, but he still has a network. He still has things that need uptime. He still needs a place to file tickets and have things resolved, or credentialing, or whatever it is. In my mind, I guess those are sub responsibilities of a CIO or CTO. I could definitely imagine a CTO that like takes the all those responsibilities and sort of finds like an MSP and has them manage that set of their task as a alternative to hiring a team internally to do it, because I'm assuming your costs are going to be lower based on the number of tasks you have. There's some cost benefit there.
Joel highlights the difference between having a CTO internally and outsourcing IT. In his world, technology is a core piece of the business. He's building SaaS software. The technology is the product. Here, technology is the core competency. It's what they do every day, all the time. So for him, any idea of moving the entirety of the organization's value to be outsourced makes no sense. However, in those parts of the market he doesn't understand, where technology supports another business, say being a lawyer, a doctor, or an accountant, where the core skill is not technology, it requires technology, but it's hard to be an expert in both. If, as an organization, you have to be the best at being a lawyer, it's hard to be the best at technology then also. You have to be great at 2 things. All the advice is about focus, right? Do one thing and do it well. And this isn't that. So my lens is this. You have internal resources when it's your area of expertise as a business, and you outsource everything else. For the vast majority of businesses, technology is not the actual core competency. That's why outsourcing to an MSP makes so much sense for many businesses. And it isn't a zero-sum game either. An organization can do both, some within and others outside of it. That vision aligns pretty clearly with Joel's outline as well. So an internal CTO and an outsourcing evangelist agree. That seems like a pretty excellent lens to measure. Thanks for the question, Zohaib. Thanks for watching this bonus episode of The Business of Tech. If you like what you heard here, hit that like button and hit subscribe. It really helps, and I appreciate the time you take to do that. Additionally, if you want to have a conversation, write something in the comments below. I read them all, and dialogue is the point. I don't necessarily claim to be right. I want to make sure we've engaged. If you really like this content, you can find it daily on the Business of Tech podcast. Go to businessof.tech, click the big blue subscribe button, and find the podcast on whatever podcatcher you like to listen on. It's available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, or wherever fine podcasts are found. If you want to help with the content delivery and you want to get access to early, I've got a Patreon. You can support me directly. Go to patreon.com/MSPradio, and it's give what you want. You set the value of the content. Let me make this delivery on an ongoing basis. Thanks for listening, and I'll talk to you again soon.